I was 42 by the time I had Jack. 41 when I got pregnant. You've had your children. You were
40. My second one, Kiki B, was 40. I was 42.
42. Yeah, it's the same as me.
Yeah.
And there are people that say, well, it's selfish to have your children later in life. Because I didn't choose to have Jack later in life. It's just how my life panned out, and I chose
to be utterly selfish.
Did you?
Yeah. But I think that's what's great about this century. We can. Yeah. Women can be selfish, and I partied like a nutter, travelled, took many lovers, as they say. You know, I just had a great time, and I'm proud of it. I had
Although
a great
she's
time.
saying we can't afford to be that selfish because that sounds wonderful, and you go, that's lovely, but Nadia. But then when you decide, you know what, I'm ready to have a baby now, your body says, sorry, love, but you know, no can do with the eggs. And she's saying it is something that women need to think about. And I think it's a very difficult one as a woman, because I had a child in later life, and I think society has changed so much. So where women got married younger, they didn't maybe work, you know, 2 generations ago. That's what women did. But our lives have changed. You couldn't have sex till you got married. So people got married really young.
God, I never got married.
But it's a dilemma for young women, because I think they've got careers, and then you do need to be saying to them, think about
as well, the problem is that you just assume that when you want kids, you can have them. And I think, you know, unless you've had trouble, you know, growing up with periods or whatever, and then you're told, listen, you might struggle, then you start to think about it. But until you've had that trouble, I think you just go through life going, well, when I'm ready, I will have children.
Yeah, and that's why.
And I think the problem is when you get to 40 and then think, OK, I'm ready to have them now, that's where inside your body's going, I'm not sure I am.
But I think that's the point she's making, is that it needs to be discussed.
There's so many people that do and do it successfully, and it's great. So I don't
But also there are lots that don't, Stacey. I mean, the thing is, you hear all the lovely IVF stories.
No, because
you don't always hear the heartbreak.
But what about, there's another layer to this as well, in that a lot of children are missing out on grandparents. And I think that is really sad.
Because their grandparents are either so elderly by the time they're born. They don't have. And
as the child of them, you're looking after your young children possibly and your elderly parents. And I think we really struggle within this society anyway. I don't think we treat our elderly in quite the way that we should often. And I'm really lucky. I've had my children later in life, but my parents are still fit and well.
And they've got
grandparents and great-grandparents. And I see how much my children value old people, because they have this magical time often. My daughters will sit and talk for hours with their grandparents. In a society where often we just see, once you get to a certain age, you have no value. I'm not talking about not respect, I'm talking about value. These people have amazing stories. These people have stuff we can learn from, and I think if you don't grow up with old people around you, you don't have that.